Protection Dialogue as one of the first events that I participated in my first month here as the U.S. Ambassador to Zambia. I want to take the opportunity to applaud the work of the Center for Environmental Justice, which they've done in convening this dialogue, a platform for all stakeholders to address shared environmental issues and concerns throughout Zambia. Specifically, I'd like to recognize the Executive Director, Maggie Mwape. Maggie, I'm proud to note that Maggie is an alumna of the U.S. government's Young African Leaders Initiative Mandela Washington Fellowship Program. And we're really thrilled and proud to see how she has continued to flourish and to lead since participating in that fellowship. Just last month, Maggie and her team launched the Stop the Chop campaign, an initiative to reduce deforestation, degradation, and illegal timber trade in the Mafinga district in Zambia. The U.S. government is also proud to have supported that campaign, and I'd like to applaud Maggie for representing Zambia so well, not just locally, but on a global scale. I'd also like to recognize Zambia's leadership on climate change, including as the lead negotiator on behalf of Africa for the next 2 years. The U.S. government continues to partner with Zambia with its focus on a green economy. For example, through USAID's Business Enabling Project, Alternatives for Charcoal, and the Trade Boost activities, the U.S. government supports clean energy, sustainable agriculture, natural resource management, and ecotourism to boost Zambia's economy and to create jobs right here in Zambia. Not only is the U.S. government working with Zambia on developing its green economy, but President Biden announced last year at Glasgow the President's Emergency Plan for Adaptation and Resilience. It's a $15 billion 5-year plan that underscores the United States' efforts to increase our financial contribution for climate adaptation to about 40% of the global $100 billion commitment on climate action. This is a whole-of-government initiative which aims to support more than 500 million people in developing countries to adapt and to manage the impacts of climate change by the year 2030. This includes early warning systems, mainstreaming adaptation into policies, into programs, into budgets, and of course, climate finance. As we head to Sharm el-Sheikh next month, the United States is focused on making COP27 responsive to the priorities, the needs of the African continent, where climate adaptation and clean energy finance are top priorities. We need to adequately address the legitimate concerns of vulnerable countries all around the world. Not only must this transition be fast, but it must be done in a way that brings everyone along. We must wrestle with the realities that we're not just dealing with mitigation anymore, but very much focusing on adapting to the perils of a warmer planet. It's imperative that we, all of us, do everything in our power to give life to the many commitments from the last COP in Glasgow. Not because I or President Biden said so, but because scientists around the world are compiling evidence that is screaming at us to act now. Act now to avoid the worst consequences of the climate crisis. The world is not, however, just going to follow our advice because we say it. They're going to follow our actions, our example, because we are putting skin in the game and we are acting at a national level, we're acting at a community level, we're acting at a local and family level.